Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde. Comment ça va? J'espère que vous allez très bien. Moi, ça va très bien. Alors, s'il y a des mamans ici, if there's any mothers around here, bonne fête des mères. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, it is Happy Mother's Day to you in France. Okay, I know we had Mother's Day before. So, you may remember, for those who responded to my poll some time ago, I had asked you a question. Are you ready for this exam, for your French exam? And 74% said no. So that's why I'm here, because you need a lot of practice. So today we're going to do directed situations, just directed situations. And next week, so next Sunday, we'll be doing letter writing, French letter writing. Okay, but as you know, I don't like to be on live on my own, so I have a little guest, and I'm going to ask him to come. Okay, so let's meet our guest. Bonjour.
Bonjour, madame.
Leonardo, bonjour. Okay, so you are now live. Peux-tu te présenter, s'il te plaît?
Oui, certainement, madame. Je m'appelle Kennard Simpson. Oui, j'ai 16 ans. J'habite à Jamaïque. Aussi, mon école s'appelle Kingston College. Oui.
Okay. So, bonjour à Kingston College.
Kingston College. Oui, madame.
Okay. All right. So, bonjour to everyone, Elise and Rose Gray, and anybody else who's here. Listen, we're going to have quite a few directed situations, and we're going to work on it right now. I must say, Kenardo has no idea of what is coming. And he said earlier on, because I said, do you know what's coming? He said, no. He said, challenge is fun. I thought that was great for him to have said that to me. So challenge is great. It's fun, sorry. Challenge is fun.
Quite
so
fun.
The challenge today, Kenardo, is to get the right answers today, all right? And when the answers are correct, I'm going to display them on the screen. Otherwise, obviously, those who will be there and who have correct answers, I will display them on the screen as well. You need to understand that there's not one answer. There are answers as long as it fits or suits the situation. Okay? All right. So we're going to start right now. Okay? We're not wasting time because he wants his fun. Kenardo, isn't that right?
Quite right, madam. Quite right.
All right. So, first of all, I would like to read something which you're going to see on your paper. All right. So it says, write in French the information required for each of the situations given below. I remind you that we are talking about 10 situations. Do not write more than one sentence for each situation. So that is very important. You need to remember to use commas or semicolons. Okay? For some situations, a complete sentence may not be necessary. Yes, of course, if, for example, you have to say something like good luck, bonne chance, as you can see, you don't need to have a full sentence with a verb and so on. Do not translate the situations given. So I need to remind you that the answers we are looking for are not translations because it's a different skill altogether. We're not asking you to translate. We're just asking you to respond appropriately to a given situation. Do not use abbreviations. Write each answer in the spaces provided, and you will be penalized for disregarding these instructions. So 10 situations, 30 marks, 30 marks. I'm going to repeat 30 marks. It's a lot of marks, okay? So it's a lot of marks, but it's also marks you can get quite easily. Why? Because when you think about it, you can write whatever you want to write. So if you can manage that, then it's no problem, okay? So I'm just going to look if there's any questions. Kenardo, have you got any questions before we start?
No, madam.
No. Okay,
No,
so Kenardo is ready. Huh? Okay. So let's go for the next one. Okay. So, Kenardo, do you want to read, please?
Certainly. So it says you are designing a flyer for your next French club party. What do you write? Okay.
Okay. Anything?
So
Okay,
party.
so what you need to think about, Kenardo, is when you have something like that for your next French club party, it is possible that you will be asked to say probably the date, the time, the place. But even if that is not provided, if you're going to design a flyer, you need to think about the information which you need to have in the flyer. So what are they, Kenardo?
Date, the time, right?
The date, the time, and
Where?
the place. Okay? So off you go. So for this one, I'm going to ask you to write a full sentence, okay? For this one. So what are you going to write?
Okay, so I'm going to write where first, right? The time, then the place. So
In French, yeah.
Les réunions. Réunion au parc.
Okay. So I'm just going to tell you is la réunion, not le. La réunion au parc.
Oui, oui. Le 27 avril à
Le
midi.
27 avril. Okay.
À midi.
But why are you using April? We're in May.
Mais, ah oui, oui. Julie. Julie.
Juillet. Okay.
Oui,
Okay.
voilà.
Okay. Have you got a verb? Can you put a verb and make a full sentence for me, please?
So, start at keywords.
Donc, you said la réunion, you said la réunion dans le parc, I think, something like that.
Oui,
Dans
le parc.
Dans le parc.
Le 27 juillet.
27 juillet.
Juillet à midi.
À midi. Okay. So you're not putting any verbs. Okay. Here I'm going to put the verbs so that you can see how it is if you have to write a verb. Okay. It was the French club, so I put la fête du club de français aura lieu le samedi 25 juin 2022 à 16h dans le hall de l'école. Voilà. So here we have the date. We have also the person or the body, like the Club de Français, okay? We have the date, we have the time, and we have the place. Now, what is interesting here, what I put in red is basically the mistakes which were made when I gave those kind of exercise, okay? So you tend to say Club Français is not Club Français, but Club de Français, okay? And to be held or to take place is avoir lieu. So since it's in the past, you need to say aura lieu, okay? And that is the future. Aura lieu, and then students tend to miss the le samedi 25, and then the rest tends to be okay. All right? Any questions? Est-ce que vous avez des questions? Est-ce que tu as des questions, Kenardo?
Non, madame.
Non, ça va? OK. Bien. Alors, nous continuons. Alors, est-ce que tu peux lire, s'il te plaît?
You are reading the newspaper to find out the weather for Sunday for a possible outing. What does it say? So, what will the weather be on Sunday? Décris-moi.
Why did you say décris-moi? You are reading the newspaper, so the newspaper is not really talking to you. It's just something in the paper. So you're reading the newspaper because you want to find out the weather. So you're going to the weather forecast for Sunday because you are planning to go out. So what can be in that paper?
On Sunday can be there, like the weather, right? Asking it, nothing. So asking it would be qu'est-ce que, right? Qu'est-ce que, the temps.
Okay, you're asking a question here now. Why are you asking a question? If you're reading a newspaper, you're reading the weather. Why would
Oh,
there be
so
a
you want to
question?
find out. Oh, I misunderstood it.
Yes, I
Okay,
think so. Yes, yes.
okay,
And
okay.
this is very, you have to be careful because very often students lose marks because they misread the situation. So you need to think, okay, you are reading the newspaper to find out the weather. The weather. So we're only going to talk about the weather for Sunday. So what comes to your mind straight away when we talk about weather?
The sun. So, le dimanche, il ferait, il ferait pleuvoir, il aura pleuvoir et du vent.
Okay. All right. So this is a possibility. I just realized that I didn't put dimanche. Il y aura du soleil et il fera chaud.
Ah,
Dimanche, il y aura du soleil et il fera chaud. Okay. So here, very often these are the two verbs which cause problems because students don't always know the future tense. So you have to be careful. You need to know your future tense. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. Donc, il y aura du soleil. There will be sun. It will be sunny. Et il fera chaud. And it will be hot. Okay.
il fera chaud.
Now,
Voilà.
now, something interesting. I'm going to stop this a minute. Okay. What I want to know is what other people have written because when I share, I can't really see what others have said. Okay. What I was going to tell you, Renardo, is that the future of pleuvoir is il pleuvra. Il pleuvra. OK? Bien. Alors, Rose Gray, c'est la fête de française aura lieu dans la salle Cécile le samedi à 14h. All right, Rose Gray, there's two mistakes here. You can say la fête de française. That doesn't work. Aura lieu is fine. Dans la salle Cécile is fine. Le samedi, if you put le samedi, you need to put a date. If you just say samedi, meaning next Saturday, you don't put the le. So you have to choose. Samedi à 14h or le samedi plus the date à 14h. OK? Anthony, il y aura une fête de français à 20h. Don't forget the S at heure, 20h. Le samedi, again, le samedi, and you put the date, OK? Bien, il y aura du soleil dimanche, not le dimanche, OK? Et le dimanche prochain, il y aura du soleil. Okay, you have a little problem with the le here. If you say next Sunday is dimanche prochain, you don't put any le. Okay? So it's dimanche prochain, il y aura du soleil. Okay? So I'm pleased I've given you those situations because there are some mistakes. At least if you are given something similar, you will be okay. D'accord? Bien. So I'm just going to write in the chat, il pleuvra, because of course I put the weather will be nice, but if it's the opposite, il pleuvra, you can say il pleuvra et il fera mauvais. The weather will be bad. Okay? So that is in the chat now. Okay, you can have that. Il pleuvra et il fera mauvais. I find that when you want to talk about the rain in the future, very often it doesn't work. Now, just a piece of advice. If you're really stuck with the future tense, think of the immediate future that should work. Okay? Il va pleuvoir, il va faire beau. Okay? If you know the future, please use it. But if you're really, really stuck, you can manage the immediate future, I'm sure. Okay? Bien. So we are continuing now with number 3. Okay? You're ready to read it?
Oui, madame.
Okay. Okay. So
So you went out and you text a message to your friend pen pal to let her know that you will be late because of traffic. What do you text? So you will be late because of traffic. Texting it to your pen pal. So
Kenardo, what comes to your mind?
First thing comes to mind is Juve. You think Juve on retard.
Did you say je vais en retard?
Oui, madame.
Je vais en retard? No, you can't say je vais en retard.
Right.
Je vais means I'm going, and en retard means late. I'm going late doesn't work.
Late. I will be. Can you say je serai?
Je serai.
En retard pour mon travail.
Where does it say that it's for work? Or you just want to add it's for work?
Oui, madame.
Ok, je serai en retard pour le travail, ok.
Parce que de beaucoup les voitures.
Okay, so you don't know the word for traffic.
No, madame.
Okay. All right, so this is what I put. Je rentrerai tard à cause des embouteillages.
Embouteillage.
Un embouteillage, yes. Learn that word. Un embouteillage is a traffic jam, okay? You know the word bouteille, don't you?
Oui, madame.
Bouteille is a bottle, okay? Think of the word bottleneck. Un embouteillage is masculine, okay? Donc, je rentrerai tard ou je serai en retard, anything like that, à cause des embouteillages. Okay? Now, rentrerai is the future. Is the future of rentrer. D'accord? Bien. Alors, I'm going to read some of the answers. Bonjour, Samuel. Bonjour. Nice to see you. Ok, Chucks, Rémi Okoro, s'il vous plaît, je serai en retard. S'il vous plaît, mec, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Je ne comprends pas, s'il vous plaît, mec. And I wouldn't advise you to use mec in your exam. Okay? But, Chucks, you put je serai en retard, but you didn't say why. Okay? Rose Gray, je suis en retard parce qu'il y a un grand embouteillage. Ok. Ça, that is correct. Will Fortune, je vais venir 30 minutes tard parce qu'il y a embouteillage. So, be careful, Will. 30 minutes en retard. It's not tard, en retard. Donc, je vais venir. Okay, I'm still going to give you the future of venir. Je viendrai, because you need to know your future. I will come, okay? Donc, I will come, donc je viendrai avec 30 minutes de retard. OK? So let me type this. Je viendrai avec 30 minutes de retard. Parce qu'il y a, this is for Will Fortune, parce qu'il y a un embouteillage ou un grand embouteillage ou des embouteillages. OK. Something like that. OK? Yes, don't forget your articles. OK? Bien. So, Kenardo, are you making notes?
Oui, madame. Taking quite a lot of notes.
Okay, d'accord. Okay, so now we're going to be... OK, Samuel, je vais être en retard à cause d'un embouteillage. Très bien. OK. Donc, nous allons continuer. Alors, attendez. Voilà.
So it says here, you write a short email to your French pen pal to tell him that your exam results and your plan after the exam. So, j'ai reçu à mon examen, oui, je voudrais aller à l'université.
Alors, j'ai reçu... I didn't hear anything for results.
Results? J'ai reçu à mon examen, oui, je voudrais aller à l'université.
Okay. I still didn't see the word results. Okay, this is... Okay, I put something like j'ai réussi à tous mes examens. And you see here, you could say j'ai reçu les résultats de mes examens, but I wanted to put j'ai réussi à tous mes examens because that is going to have an effect obviously on your plan. So j'ai réussi à tous mes examens et j'irai à l'université en septembre. So here again, what you see in red is to show you where students have made mistakes, okay? So, j'ai réussi à tous mes examens. It's not j'ai réussi tous mes examens. People say it, but it's incorrect. It's réussir à. Then, j'irai, be careful, aller is the verb there, but it's very regular in the future. You need to remember that aller gives you irai. J'irai, tu iras, etc. Okay? And September, you need to remember that month in French don't take capital letters. D'accord?
Oui, madame.
You're making notes?
Oui, madame. Bien
All
sûr.
right. Okay. OK. Donc, Will Fortune said, j'ai réussi à mes examens et je voudrais voyager à l'étranger. Très bien. Très bien. Très bien. Okay, so now, Kenardo, you're ready for number 5?
Oui, madame. Oui, madame.
Okay.
Oui, à l'université. So, you are reading the daily special at a French restaurant. What does the notice say? Okay, so it says plat du
Plat du what?
Plat du journée? No.
No, it's not plat du journée, it's plat du jour.
Plat du Plat du jour. Plat du
Plat du
jour.
jour.
Oui.
Okay.
You can say for the food, right? You can say poulet frites. Yeah, poulet frites.
Poulet frites.
Oui.
Okay. D'accord. Okay. Plat du jour. Okay, that is something that the students didn't really know. It's plat du jour and not journée. Okay. And
Oui,
then
madame.
I put moule frites. Donc, poulet frites, steak frites, moule frites. Kenardo, do you know what moule frites, what moule is?
No, madame.
It's mussels.
Mussels, the mule.
Yeah, mussels, you know, mussels. Let me write it in English. Mussels. Seafood. Okay. What happened is that steak frites was the popular dish, but there was a time when we had the mad cow disease, which affected beef. So there was a time when it wasn't possible to eat beef in France. So what the French decided to do is to replace the beef with the moule. And I remember going to France and I saw everybody with those moule, and I love moule. So it was very, very good for me. But it was the new dish at the time, just to replace the beef. Now they're back to the steak frit, but that was at the time when there was a disease with the beef, and it was, it wasn't possible to eat beef at the time. All right, so let me looking at what Rémi said. J'ai réussi à mon examen, je m'inscrirai bientôt à l'université de Toulouse. Très bien. Why did you put admis? You don't need to say ami. Remember, you are writing, okay? Alors, Lilia said le plat du jour est la soupe. La soupe d'oignon, c'est, I think it's la soupe à l'oignon, not la soupe d'oignon, la soupe à l'oignon. La soupe à l'oignon, which is very nice. I love it. Pour le plat principal, il y a du riz, des pois et du pâté. I don't really understand, Will, why you put plat principal. It's le plat du jour. Le plat du jour, it's your plat principal, in fact. So you can only have plat du jour, and then you put, normally you would put the name of the dish, okay? You wouldn't say il y a du riz, des pois et du pâté. And pâté, you can't eat pâté with rice. That wouldn't go well. Okay, so you can just put plat du jour and then the name of the dish. Okay. So Anthony, should I put it in a sentence? I think here you can either put it as it would be in real, you know, if you were going to a place to eat, and this is how I put it. Okay, remember what I read to you before. I said that a sentence is not always necessary. Okay, because the way they put it is on the board, and they put plat du jour, and they put the whatever it is, and then the price. So le plat du jour est not du fruit de mer, but des fruits de mer, Rose Gray. You put fruit with an S, which is correct. So you can't have du and fruit. Okay, you have to change your du. Okay, you have to change it to des. Okay. Bonjour, Jean. Le plat du jour est du poulet rôti. Okay. Jean, it's le plat du jour, not la. Okay. Le plat du jour est du poulet rôti. Okay. Chunks Rémi, le plat du jour est la crudité aux légumes. You can't have la crudité aux légumes because crudité is raw vegetables already. So you need to say le plat du jour est crudité, les crudités. Crudité is always plural, les crudités. And stop, nothing else. Yes, Jean, le plat du jour est du poulet rôti. OK, très bien. Kenardo, you making notes?
Oui, madame. Looking quiet in the
Okay.
chat.
Okay, très bien. Okay, so let's continue.
Thank you. So your French Paul leaves you a note reminding you to do something for him, Sasha. What does the note say? The first thing that come to mind is do my homework. I don't know why. So you can say s'il vous plaît, faire mes devoirs.
Okay, I would like to ask you why you said s'il vous plaît. If
S'il vous
it's your
plaît,
French pen pal.
s'il te plaît,
Uh-huh.
s'il
S'il
te
te
plaît,
plaît.
oui,
Right, okay.
oui,
Mm-hmm.
s'il te plaît, oui, oui, oui.
So,
Faire
s'il te
mes
plaît, répète s'il te plaît.
s'il te plaît, s'il te plaît.
Yes, the s'il te plaît normally comes at the end in French. I know in English we say please do this, but the French would say do this, please. Yes.
Oui, madame. I can say n'oublie pas, n'oublie pas mes devoirs, s'il te plaît, s'il te plaît.
N'oublie pas mes devoirs. But what is the action you have to do something? N'oublie pas
Faire,
mes devoirs suggests that you have probably his or her book and you need to remember to bring it to him or to her, which is not what the note says. It's reminding you to do something.
n'oublie pas faire mes devoirs, s'il te plaît.
N'oublie pas de faire
Mes
tes
devoirs.
devoirs, s'il te
Oui.
plaît. Okay. This is what I said. N'oublie pas de ranger la chambre.
Ranger la chambre.
Don't forget to tidy the bedroom. It could be anything. I put that. But what is interesting is that what students tended to do is to put remember to. And interestingly, the French don't say remember, they say don't forget. Okay? So it's n'oublie pas de. So you have to learn it like that. N'oublie pas de. And there's just an E at the end because we're using the tu form, okay? The informal form. N'oublie pas de ranger. And because you have a de, remember, if you have a verb after de, you're supposed to put the infinitive form, okay? So that's why you have ranger ER, okay? So let's see what the others have put. Alors, I have to bring it. Okay. So chunks is not la crudité, is les crudités, is plural because you have different vegetables. So Lilia, n'oublie pas sortir la poubelle, s'il te plaît. Okay. Lilia, there's no S. Okay. Because remember, this is the imperative. It's not the present tense. It's the imperative. N'oublie pas de sortir la poubelle. Okay. Will say fais le shopping, s'il te plaît. Okay, here I wouldn't go for shopping because shopping is to buy clothes, shoes, things like that. I think you want the idea of faire les courses, okay? But it says reminding, so you could say n'oublie pas. I am typing it, okay? N'oublie pas de faire les courses, s'il te plaît. OK? Fais la vaisselle, s'il te plaît. Rose Gray, OK. Do the washing up, that's very good. Jean, n'oubliez pas de m'acheter une chemise Bob Marley. OK, I love that. OK. Jean, if it's your French pen pal, you're not really going to use the Z because you're going to be using the tu form. That will work if you're using vous. If you're using vous, that's fine. But if you are not using vous, then is n'oublie pas without the Z. Chance Rémi, s'il te plaît, j'aimerais te rappeler de m'apporter les deux que j'ai oubliés chez toi. I'm not sure what you're saying here. I would like to remind you to bring the two what? Not sure what you're saying, Chucks. Lilia, n'oublie pas de sortir la poubelle, s'il te plaît. But you still kept the S, which shouldn't be there. OK? N'oublie pas de nettoyer le chien, Reshane, le chien. It's either le chien or la chienne. OK? Anthony, n'oublie pas de faire le repassage, not de repassage, mais n'oublie pas de faire le repassage. Don't forget to iron. That's good. Rachel, n'oublie pas de nourrir le chien. Très bien. Oh, les sacs. So, Chuck, you were talking about les deux sacs. OK, j'aimerais te rappeler de m'apporter les deux sacs. OK, that is fine. But, interestingly here, there's a little mistake at j'ai oublié. Les sacs que j'ai oubliés. So that is preceding direct object in the past tense with avoir, if you remember. So you would need to have, and I'm putting it here, you need to put les sacs que j'ai oubliés with an S. Okay? I like this one. N'oublie pas de remplir, n'oublie pas de nourrir, pardon, de nourrir le chien. Don't forget to feed the dog. OK, très bien. OK, Kenardo, making notes?
Oui, madame.
All right, OK.
Yeah.
OK.
N'oubliez le chien. Okay, so the next question, right? Question 7. Your friend is about to walk on the lawn at the park. You show him / the forbidding sign. What does it say? So do not walk on the grass. So défense de marcher, P, défense de marcher dans les les pelouses. Is it les pelouses? Lawn, les pelouses.
Is this défense de marcher sur, not dans, sur, you're on top of, sur la pelouse.
Pelouse, oui, 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 madame.
So you need to learn that just in case it comes back. Okay, défense de marcher sur la pelouse. Okay.
Oui, madame, oui, madame.
So let's see what Samuel had put. N'oubliez pas de sortir les poubelles. Samuel, that's fine, but the Z is not necessary there because it's your pen pal. You're not going to use the vous. Okay. Rose Gray said défense de marcher sur la pelouse. Okay, so she's got the same thing as us. That's fine. Interdit de marcher sur la pelouse. Okay, I accept that too. OK, très bien. OK, so défense de marcher. Il est interdit de marcher. Those two are correct. OK, so you can use either, but don't forget to put the infinitive form after the de. OK, very important. Now, Chuck said, il est interdit de marcher sur le gazon. Okay, I prefer pelouse because pelouse is the lawn, and pelouse is really what you have in parks. Okay, le gazon, bon, is just the grass. Okay, I think I would prefer la pelouse if you can remember that one. Il est interdit de marcher sur le gazon. Il est interdit de fumer. Interdit de fumer. I don't understand why Samuel would say interdit de fumer because it says your friend is about to walk on the lawn at the park. Il est interdit de marcher ici. Okay, Anthony, I like that. The fact that it was supposed to be sur la pelouse, but you were not sure how to say pelouse. You say il est interdit de marcher ici. I like the way you went about it. That's good. So that is good. I was going to say to you that I remember when I was a child in France, I used to go to the park. The park was an activity which we did almost every week. And it is true that we couldn't walk on the lawn. So when I traveled and I went to different places, like in London, when you go to London and you see all the people on the lawn, you think, wow, you couldn't do that. I don't know if you can do it now in France, but in my days, it wasn't possible. Bonjour Elise, interdiction de marcher sur la pelouse. Okay, I'm going to put that as well. It's another way of saying it, interdiction de marcher sur la pelouse. Anything like that works. And Samuel, ne marchez pas sur la pelouse. Okay, that works as well. If you can't remember défense de marcher, or il est interdit de marcher, or interdiction de marcher, if you just put the imperative, that works as well. Okay, but I think that for these particular questions, because forbidding sign, they taught you défense de, il est interdit de, and so on. I think that's really what they want. Ne jetez pas les poubelles partout sur la pelouse. OK. Ne jetez pas les poubelles partout sur la pelouse. OK. I'm not sure if that one would have worked because it says your friend is about to walk on the lawn. So, jeter les poubelles is not part of the situation here, even though it's grammatically correct, but it doesn't fit the situation, Chucks. Okay, Kenado, you keep making your notes?
Oui, madame.
Ok,
Certainement.
d'accord, ok. Donc, nous continuons avec numéro 8.
So, your friend tells you a story and wants your opinion on it. What two things do you say about the story? First thing came to mind is that it's boring. I don't know why I should be positive about my friend's story. Right? I should be positive. So I can say it was c'était amusant. Et let me see. Adjectives.
C'était amusant
Et sympa.
et sympa.
I'm trying to be positive here.
Okay. Okay, I just put that. C'est intéressant and whatever other thing you wanted to say. Here, what I wanted to show you is that even though story is feminine, when you have say, even though say replaces the story, sorry, you cannot have intéressante, which is what I saw. You can't say intéressante. It's not possible with say. Say is always followed by an adjective which is masculine and masculine singular. Okay, so c'est intéressant et what was the first adjective you gave me?
Amusant.
Amusant. Voilà, c'est intéressant et amusant. Voilà. Très bien.
Oui, madame.
Ok, Rose Gray, très bien. She said c'est drôle et mystérieux. Très bien. I like the fact that she put mystérieux. Okay, it means that she knows that c'est plus the masculine. That's very good. Roshane said c'est intéressant et incroyable. Très bien. Okay. This one, I thought that this one would have been an easy one, but students made mistakes. Okay. So here you have to also read the situation properly because it says what two things. So if you only say c'est intéressant, eh ben, you're going to have half. You can't get the full mark because they said two things and you only gave one. Chuck has a question. Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire par là et c'est compliqué? Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire par là et c'est compliqué? I'm not too sure, Chuck. So why this question? I think the problem that some students have is that they want to make it too complicated. Whether you make it complicated or easy, you're going to have the same points, the same number of points. So my view on that, make it simple. Okay, and that's it. Anthony, there's no E. There's no E at long. C'est long et ennuyeux. Okay, donc that will go, but you cannot have an E there. And even if it was feminine, you would have had a U. C'est long is the feminine of long. Okay, so be careful. D'accord? Bien, ben alors nous continuons avec la situation 9.
So, your friend is a French doctor and gives you some advice based on your tiredness due to exams, of course. What are the two pieces of advice he or she gives you? So, advice, tiredness. I can say. Should I? Should I not? Okay,
So
there's a lot of advice.
What would you say?
I would say rest well, right?
No, I don't want any English.
Oh, oui, madame.
In French.
So, boire beaucoup l'eau et
bois beaucoup
l'eau.
d'eau. Remember, a lot of has a D. Bois beaucoup d'eau.
D'eau. Oui, madame.
Yeah.
So, boire beaucoup d'eau et dormir bien.
Okay, it's not dormir bien.
Dors bien.
Dors bien. I'm going to write it in the chat in a minute. This is my version. I use the word conseiller because remember we taught you je te conseille de or je vous conseille de. So here, because it's the friend, so I'm going to use te. Je te conseille d'aller te coucher tôt et de bien manger. Okay, so je te conseille, I advise you, d'aller te coucher tôt, to go to bed early, et de bien manger, and to eat well. Okay, so the problem here, and that's why it's all in red, is because the students didn't put the te where it should have been. Okay, the D was missing and the te as well was missing. So be careful. Okay, se coucher is reflexive, so you have to put te. Okay, and not se, even though se coucher is the infinitive form, but you have to put it with the te because you're talking about you. Je te conseille d'aller te coucher. Okay?
Et voilà.
Donc, So I'm going to alors this is what you say, bois beaucoup d'eau.
Oui.
Okay, you have to remember a lot of, okay, et dors bien. Okay, so this is how it is. Bois beaucoup d'eau et dors bien. Okay, alors I'm going to read what essaie de dormir un peu et ne t'inquiète pas. Jean, très bien. Essaie de dormir un peu et ne t'inquiète pas. I like that. I'm going to show it. Yes, I love it. Il faut bien dormir. Il faut bien dormir 2. I don't understand, Chucks, why this number 2. Et mange bien. I'm not too sure. Il faut bien dormir. I agree with that. But I don't understand the rest. Anthony, dors has an S. Dors bien et bois de l'eau. Dors with an S. Okay, don't forget your S. Okay, I think you need to revise your imperative. You need to revise your future and your imperative because there's many mistakes made with the imperative, okay? Especially with verbs like dormir, which is very regular. So Lilia, you can't say dormir plus souvent et bois beaucoup. It's not beaucoup de l'eau, but is bois beaucoup d'eau. Okay, I'm putting it here. Bois beaucoup d'eau et dors bien, Lilia. Okay, I know that dormir is the verb, but when it comes to the imperative, it's dors. So it's just something you have to learn. And you can't say beaucoup de l'eau, it's beaucoup d'eau. Okay, because it's a lot of. Okay, it's not some. D'accord. Okay, we're coming to number 10 now.
Get in there. So, you are launching a campaign against cigarettes. What 2 things do you write? Okay, so
What comes to your mind?
no, no, fume pas.
Did you say no?
No,
Ne, okay. Ne
no
fumez
fume
pas.
pas. Oui, et c'est mauvais.
Okay, ne fumez pas, c'est mauvais. And I would continue. C'est mauvais for what?
Fumer, c'est mauvais fumer.
But why? Why is it bad to smoke?
Pour les pour non pour le scène.
Pour la? Is that what you mean?
I was trying to say sane as in healthy. No.
Okay, this is what I put. Ne fumez pas, c'est mauvais pour la santé. Health. Santé is health.
Santé is health?
Health, yeah. It's
Why
bad
have it
for
as
health.
sane? I know it has sane. I don't know why.
Oh, I think you want the word sain.
Sain. Oh, sain.
Sain like this?
Easy. Oui, madame.
Okay, sain is healthy.
So you want
It's the adjective. So santé is the noun, sain is the adjective. So this is health, santé is health, sain is healthy.
Healthy.
Okay, so it's not quite the same thing. All right. Okay. So, yes, Samuel, c'est mauvais pour la santé. Très bien. Lilia, fumer est mal pour la santé et cher. Non, Lilia, we can't say est mal, est mauvais. Fumer est mauvais pour la santé. OK? Or, as Rose Gray say, ne fumez pas, ce n'est pas bon pour la santé, which is the same as c'est mauvais pour la santé. Yes. Okay, so you're not doing badly at all. I like that, shucks. Un fumeur risque de mourir jeune. Okay, I like it, but I don't know if it would have been okay, because it says, what two things do you write? And Chuck's put, un fumeur risque de mourir jeune. I don't know if they would see mourir is one thing and jeune another. I'm not sure. But I love it. Bonjour, Marvin. Okay, so we've already done 10 situations. We have 10 more because I have 20 situations today. Okay, so let's continue. Ça va, Kenardo?
Oui, madame. Très ça va.
Ça va.
Bien.
Okay.
So, your friend has left a note asking you to carry out two chores. What does the note say? So, il faut faire la vaisselle et faire la cuisine.
Il faut faire la vaisselle et faire la cuisine. Okay, this is what I put. Fais la vaisselle et sors la poubelle. Okay. Il faut faire la vaisselle, il faut sortir la poubelle. It's the same. I use the imperative here. So be careful when you use the imperative. You have to remember it's an S and not a T. Very often you put a T. It's incorrect. Fais la vaisselle. And I remind you that vaisselle has two S's and two L's. Okay. Very often you get the two L's but one S. And I remind you that an S between two vowels give you the sound Z. And the pronunciation of that word is vaisselle and not vaisselle. Okay. Bien.
Oui, madame.
So let's see what people have put here. Anthony fait le repassage et fait les courses. Okay, that's good. I'm going to show that. Fait le repassage et fait les courses. Okay. Lilia, fais ton lit et passe l'aspirateur, s'il te plaît. I like that as well. Fais ton lit et passe l'aspirateur, s'il te plaît. Très bien. Bon, you're getting very good now. I won't be able to teach you anything. Okay, let's go to number 22. Oh, sorry. Here I had another one. What I wanted to show you here is that if you use an ER verb, it will be easier, because if you use an ER verb, you don't put an S. Okay, so I was trying to show you, be careful. If you use faire, which is irregular, and sortir, which is irregular, you have to remember to put the S. But if you put an ER verb, like ranger la chambre, nettoyer la salle de bain, anything like that, then you don't have to put an S. I shouldn't say you don't put an S. You just remove the R and that's it. Now for nettoyer, be careful, because even though there's a Y, it's a Y-E-R, when it's in the imperative, the Y is no longer there. So if you can find another ER verb, for example, like garde mon petit frère, you know, like for babysitting, then that will work. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. So now let's move to numéro 12. Oh, sorry, I had forgotten. Fait la lessive et étend le linge. Okay. Étend, again, the students had forgotten the S.
Your friend has received some good news. Write a note expressing two feelings. So, félicitations. Oui, félicitations et no, this is not good luck. You did well. Fun.
Okay, can I stop you, Kenardo?
Oui,
You
madame.
tend to translate too much, and that's why you make mistakes. You did very well. You're going to translate word for word. You did very well, and it will not work in French.
Oui,
Yeah.
madame. Oui, madame. Okay, that's straightforward.
In French, you can say you
Félicitations.
worked very well, but you did very well doesn't work. Okay, I put this. I wasn't too sure what exactly they wanted here. I don't know if a teacher is here, can probably help me with that. But je suis surpris, ou je suis surprise, hein, depending on whether you're male or female, mais je suis très content ou contente pour toi. This is the two feelings I could think of. Let's see what you have put. Okay. So, Chucks, this is based on what was done before. Tu dois préparer la cuisine et aide-moi à faire le lit. Is aider à, not de. Suzanne Smith. Bonjour, Suzanne. I remember that name. Oh, felicitaciones. No, no, no. That is espagnol. Félicitations. Et je suis fière de toi. Okay, I guess these are the two feelings. Félicitations et je suis fière de toi. Très bien, félicitations. Remember, félicitations always takes an S. There's no E, but there's an S at the end. Okay, Lilia put as well, félicitations, je suis fière de toi. Okay. Shucks, ça me plaît beaucoup et bonne chance. Ok, bon. Bon travail et bravo. Ok. Ok, I'm happy with that. So remember, Kenardo, you did well. Forget that, yeah?
Oui, madame.
Ok.
So,
Question numéro 13.
you were off sick because of sickness. Your friend tells you that there is an assignment due on a particular day. What two things do you ask?
I think this should have read, you were absent because of sickness. Sorry about this. So, what comes to your mind, Kenardo?
Qu'est-ce que tes devoirs? Les devoirs.
Qu'est-ce que les devoirs? No, you
Oui.
can't say qu'est-ce que les devoirs.
I can ask quand et no, quand c'est douce. Douce.
I don't understand what you're saying.
When is it due? I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you see what I mean, Kenardo? You always translate, and that's why you get it wrong.
Oui,
Uh-huh.
madame.
So basically, what you're saying, you want to say what it is and when it is due.
And will do. Oui, madame.
Okay, but you're not sure how to say that.
No, madame.
C'est quoi le devoir et c'est pour quand? You could say c'est quoi comme devoir ou c'est quoi le devoir. You can do either. Et c'est pour quand ou quelle est la date and then you have to make a full sentence. So if I had to ask the question, this is what I would say. C'est quoi le devoir et c'est pour quand? And it's for when? When is it for?
Oui, madame.
And you see, because you have when is it due, then this is what students put. They put due, but no, it doesn't work because the French don't say that. Okay.
Oui, madame.
All right. So let's see what people have put. Alors, Suzanne Smith said, pendant mon absence, est-ce qu'il y a you mean, est-ce qu'il y a des devoirs? Des, D-E-S. You put devoir with an S, so des devoirs. Et si oui, c'est pour quand? I'm not sure about that one, Suzanne, because it says your friend tells you that there is an assignment. Okay, there is an assignment already due on a particular date. So what you want to know is what is the assignment about and what is the date. Okay. Est-ce qu'il y a des devoirs ici? Oui, c'est pour quand? The first one is not quite the question. Okay. Anthony, lequel... Anthony, I don't understand what you're saying. Lequel le métier est-il et quand est-il? Makes no sense to me, Anthony. I don't know what you're asking. Chucks, je ne peux pas les faire et qu'est-ce qu'on fera? Ooh, I don't understand that one either. Okay, I've just realized that la date de remise, this expression can be used. I've never heard la date de remise. Personally, Marvin, I've never heard la date de remise. But think about it, if you're writing to your friend, you're just going to say, qu'est-ce qu'on nous a donné comme devoir? Et c'est pour quand? I think that's what, I think Marvin, even you, that's what you would say. Okay, that one, obviously this question is a difficult one. I just realized assignment doesn't have two E's, right? Assignment, there's some E which wouldn't be there, right? Sorry about that. Date de remise, oh yes, you will have it at university, but you will not talk like that to your friend. Not two adolescents will not talk about date de remise. No, I don't think so. Unless things have evolved. At university, yes, at university, you'll have different type of vocabulary. And you would see that the French is a little bit different from what you're using at secondary level because it's university. But we're not at university. We're talking about secondary school here. I wouldn't use that. I don't know if CXE would have. Ce qu'il s'agit, Kevin Joseph, bonjour Kevin. Ce qu'il s'agit, I don't understand that either. I am saying I can't do them and also asking him what we can do about it. Chucks, you have to read the situation. It tells you that there is an assignment. Okay, so you already know that there is an assignment and it's due on a particular date. Okay, so I guess you don't know if you have to ask for two things. One, you don't know what the assignment is about, and two, which date. Okay. Okay, so I guess we have to work on this one, number 13, because it's caused a bit of, I don't know if there's other people who came up with something. I don't know. Okay, I don't see any other possibilities. Okay, so I said, c'est quoi le devoir et c'est pour quand? All right. When I was at school, that's what we would say. Le devoir, c'est pour quand? Or you could say, c'est pour quelle date as well. I would say, c'est pour quelle date? C'est pour quelle date? Another possibility. Okay. What was the translation for that question? Which question, Anthony? You're talking about question number 13? I don't understand what you're saying. What was the translation for that question? C'est quoi le devoir? What is the homework? And c'est pour quand? What is it for? Yes. Okay, I've just done it. C'est quoi le devoir? What is the homework? And when is it for? I've just answered, Anthony. All right. Okay. But I've just put something which came to mind. C'est pour quelle date? That is another way of saying when is it for? Okay. You can use that as well. Okay. So making note, Canardo. Kenardo is getting tired. I'm not hearing him anymore.
My microphone was off.
Ah, right. Okay. All right.
See.
Oh. I don't know what happened here. Okay. I think I didn't do the just a minute. I'm going to check something. I think what happened is that I probably didn't do the animation, and that's why you saw the answer. Isn't that true? All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on the second. Voila. Will be much easier. Okay. All right. So I'm just. It means the friend has already set the date. Okay. All right. Well, guys, I have to say this is my situation. It wasn't. I mean, I have to tell you the truth. I couldn't use exactly the situation from CXE because I have explained to you before that CXE doesn't give permission to reuse their papers. So I changed a few things. But somebody can say to you, we have an assignment on a particular date. Okay, and it's due, but doesn't give you the date. So what you say is, okay, we have an assignment. What is it? And what's the date? So to me, I didn't see it that way. It comes on a particular date. The person say it's due on a particular date. It's possible to say that it's due on a particular date, but there's no date given. So that's why you have to ask. Okay, Chucks, that is how I saw it. All right. So for me, the friend hadn't already given the date, hence the need for the question. That's how you have to read it, because sometimes some of the CXC questions not always very straightforward, and you have to think, okay, if you have to ask questions, then it can only be that. Don't read too much into it. Okay, that's my view. Okay, makes sense, Anthony? Okay. All right, so we are going to continue. Kenardo, you're still okay?
Oui, madame.
Okay. All right, so here it is.
So your friend wants to know why you did not do the washing up. What did he say? So, pourquoi tu ne fais pas la vaisselle? Pourquoi?
Répète, s'il te plaît, pourquoi? It's not you do not, it's you did not.
You did not.
Past tense.
Did not do washing.
So, Kenardo, you know your past tense, right?
Oui, madame.
So, go ahead.
Oui, madame. So, pourquoi te ferais?
You mean ferait?
Oui, ferais.
That is the conditional. Why are you using the conditional? We want the past tense.
Passé composé.
I'm not going to give you the answers right now. I want to see what people have put. Pourquoi? So I'm reading Suzanne. Pourquoi tu ne faisais pas la... Okay, Suzanne, why did you use the imperfect? That is my first question. And the second as well, faisait, if you're using to, you would need to have an S, not a T. And remember what I said before, maybe you were not there as yet. You've written vaisselle is vaisselle. So you need two S's, okay? And interestingly, Anthony put the same things. So it's exactly the same mistakes, okay? S'il te plaît, Chuck, s'il te plaît, pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait la lessive? Okay, it was washing up, but you said lessive, okay. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait la lessive? Okay. Faire la lessive is to do the laundry, which is not quite. Car la fatigue fait dormir. La fatigue fait dormir. You missed the R, but he wants to know why you didn't do the washing up. So surely there would be a question with why didn't you do the washing up? Okay, Shakira, pourquoi tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle? There's a mistake. Shakira, check that. Check what you've written. because there's one little mistake. It's a pity that there's that little mistake. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as fait pas la vaisselle? Rose Green, no. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as... Okay, it's not quite right. Pourquoi, Lilia says, pourquoi tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle? Okay, that is the question. But can you reverse that, Lilia? Because you didn't put est-ce que. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle? So how would you put it in a proper question? Guys, you need to revise your past tense because you know you're going to need your past tense. They always have past tense. Every year there's past tense. Even if it's not in the situations, you will have it in the in letter writing. So make sure you know your past tense. Otherwise, you will be chocolate, guys. Yeah. All right. I don't see anything else, but let me give you my answer. Pourquoi n'as-tu pas fait la vaisselle? Pourquoi n'as-tu pas fait la vaisselle? Why didn't you do the washing up? Okay. So here, be careful. If you have a statement, you can have your statement, but before the statement, to make it a question in writing, remember, we're doing writing, it's not speaking. You're going to have est-ce que before. Fine. But I'm not using est-ce que, so I have to do the inversion, okay? I'm going to have the verb first and then tu afterwards. Pourquoi n'as-tu, and then the ne before and pas after, n'as-tu pas fait la vaisselle? And you see la vaisselle is in red because the person, because the students forgot to put two S's there as well. Okay. So let me see if somebody has come up with something. So, Rose Gray, pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as... No, that I had read it wasn't correct. Pourquoi tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle? Est-ce que... Lilia, why do you put est-ce que, pourquoi? Est-ce que is when you use a questions which require okay, let's try again. Est-ce que is used for a question which requires a yes or a no answer. Est-ce que tu aimes les mangues? Do you like mangoes? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Est-ce que? But here, it wasn't est-ce que, it was pourquoi. So we're going to start with pourquoi. So as you did it, Lilia, pourquoi was fine. Okay? But you needed to put the est-ce que afterwards. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle? That's the order. Okay, is it, Anthony, you're asking a question. Is it okay to put the tu before na? Well, it depends on how you put it because Lilia put it, but it was incorrect still. If you say pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle, is fine. It depends on what comes before. Okay? Okay, so Lilia is saying something. So it's supposed to be pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait la vaisselle? Yes, that's how it should be. And the reason why it is like that is because you use a statement. In my case, I didn't use a statement. I used the proper, what I call the grammatical way of asking questions, okay? The way you ask questions, you put the verb before the subject, okay? The subject here is tu. So we put the verb before. So that's what I'm using. But if you want to use est que, yes, you can use it. It's not a problem, but make sure that you use a statement with it. Okay? Okay, I hope I haven't. Oh gosh. I forgot. Okay, I remember what happened. I have to stop sharing because I'm giving you all my stuff. Okay. You know what happened? Because in fact it was a PowerPoint presentation which I had there, and I've realized that I couldn't use the PowerPoint presentation because it doesn't work well with StreamYard, and I didn't know how to use the other stuff, so the animation. So that's why it's like that. All right, so I'm just reading what others. So I understand now. Thank you. You're welcome, Lilia. But must I use it in writing, please? Chucks. I'm not sure what he was referring to. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'as pas fait or whatever? Yes, you can write. You can use it in writing. No problem. Yes. Remember, we're doing writing. We're doing writing. Is paper 2. Paper 2 is writing. Okay. So I have good news for you, Kenardo. We're nearly finished. We're nearly finished. You're happy?
Quite so, madam. I've learned much. Right? I am learning much.
Yes. I'm pleased. Okay, so this is number 15.
Write a short note to congratulate your friend for an activity he organized. Name the activity. So, félicitations pour le groupe de musique.
Félicitations pour le groupe de musique.
Oui.
Félicitations pour le groupe de musique. Okay. Anything else?
Let me see. No, madame.
No?
No.
Ok, bien. Anthony, c'est très bien pour préparer les repas. I'm not sure what Anthony is talking about. Because you can't have pour and prépare. Remember, after preposition, you need to have the infinitive form of the verb. Okay? So you would have préparé, ER, but even here, it wouldn't work here. Okay. Suzanne, félicitations pour avoir bien organisé le concours aujourd'hui. Okay, I like that. Félicitations pour avoir bien organisé le concours aujourd'hui. Okay. Yeah. Don't forget, organiser has a little accent, okay, because it's the past participle of organiser. So you need to have an accent, but I know that when you type, sometimes you don't put the accent, but try to put them because they're going to be a little bit harder on us without the accent, okay? Nicolia, bonjour Nicolia, c'est bon succès pour votre réussite musicale. Bon succès pour votre réussite. Mais Nicolia, I'm not too sure what to say. When you see the word congratulate, just say félicitations. I think that is the easiest one to do is félicitations. Okay, Suzanne, I think I will have to prepare a little video to show you how to do the accents, okay? Bien. Chuck, je te remercie pour la réunion. C'était génial. Les paroles sont fantastiques. Okay, now we have a little problem, Chuck, because even though what you're writing is good, but remember, you can only write one sentence and you've written two sentences. Je te remercie pour la réunion, c'était génial. But where is the word congratulate? When you have congratulate, just think félicitations straight away. Okay? So I'm going to show you what I put. Félicitations pour l'organisation de la levée des fonds. Voilà, this is what I put. Félicitations, congratulations for organizing the fundraising. Okay? Now, I put pour l'organisation because the noun works better than the verb, because if you put the verb, you would say pour avoir organisé. So instead of saying pour avoir organisé, I just put pour l'organisation, which is for me much easier. Félicitations pour l'organisation de la levée des fonds. Voilà. OK? Bien.
Très bien.
All right. Félicitations pour avoir organisé le concours de basket. OK. Le concours de basket ou la compétition de basket? Le concours de basket. Bon. We're coming to the end, Kenardo. So this is just a little recap of some of the mistakes which come all the time. I don't think I have any more situations, but just 2 more slides, I think. All right. All right, so I'm going, instead of sharing, I'm just going because it's just little things. So how would you say I have an English class? Everybody, I have an English class.
So, anglais. Okay. Yeah. J'ai
what?
J'ai en classe de anglais.
Anything else? Okay, I was going to write it, but I've noticed that actually you know how to say that. J'ai un cours d'anglais. Rose Gray, don't forget the S of cours. J'ai un cours d'anglais, j'ai un cours d'anglais, j'ai un cours d'anglais. Okay. J'ai un cours d'anglais, okay, like this. J'ai un cours d'anglais. Okay. Oh, not sure why you put a capital. I'm not sure why you put a capital, Kevin. J'ai un cours d'anglais. Okay. Now, let's talk about this word cours. So you have several cours. So you have un cours, un cours. So you have those two there. Can you see un cours? Okay, I'm putting it here. Un cours or un cours. What's the difference between the two? So the first one is the class, and the second one is the tennis court. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Anthony, short is court as well. I was thinking of un cours. I didn't type un second time. Okay, and so you have to be careful. You have un cours avec un S, un cours with the T, which is a tennis court, and then you have une course like this, which is a race. Okay, and then you have des courses, which is your shopping. Okay, food shopping, more exactly. So you have to be very careful. Pronunciation is different as well, because when you add the E, you have to say course. Okay. Bon. So that's good. That's good. Now, very quickly, you should be able to say it without any problem. The French club.
The Club de Français.
Le club
Francophone.
de français. Okay, très bien. Le club de français, because generally you forget. Okay, you forget the de. Now, next one. Don't wait for me.
N'aie pas attendu pour moi.
Don't wait for me. How do you say that? Don't wait for me. You're talking to your friend. Don't wait for me.
Oui.
So.
Ne attends pas pour moi.
Okay. Suzanne is le club de français. Le club français. Rose Gray. I was waiting to see. Ne m'attends pas. Rose Gray got it. Ne m'attends pas. Because you see, you're translating word for word. Don't wait for me. For is pour. But to wait for is attendre. It's not attendre pour. It's attendre.
Oui, madame.
Okay, ne m'attends pas. Okay. And of course, if you're using the vous form, it would be ne m'attendez pas. Okay? Make sense?
Oui, madame.
Okay. I'm sorry for eating your breakfast.
Je suis désolé.
I'm sorry. So, je suis désolé. Très bien. I'm sorry for eating your breakfast.
Pour moi, le petit déjeuner. Oh, your breakfast. So you're saying, I'm sorry.
No, le petit déjeuner is breakfast. It's fine, but it's what you said is incorrect. Je suis désolée.
Pour.
Not pour.
To manger.
Alors, Suzanne Poud, je suis désolée que j'ai mangé ton petit déjeuner. OK. No, it doesn't work here, Suzanne. Je suis désolée que j'ai mangé ton petit déjeuner, because the person who is sorry is also the same person who ate the breakfast. So instead of having the je twice, what we're going to do, we're going to say je suis désolée. Je suis désolé. D'avoir, in the past, because you've already eaten the breakfast, manger, whatever. OK? Je suis désolée d'avoir mangé. OK? OK, Lilia, yes, we are doing at the same time. Je suis désolée d'avoir mangé ton petit déjeuner. OK, that's very good. OK? Je suis désolée de manger it doesn't work, Shakira, because you need to say je suis désolée and two is because you're female. D'avoir mangé is the past here. And ton petit déjeuner. OK? Ça va?
Oh, oui, madame.
Yes, yes. Okay, looks like there's a lot to do. Okay, so how would you say then? Thank you for doing the washing up.
Merci. Okay, so it's merci for no.
Like pour too much.
No. Okay.
So just use the structure which is in front of you that Lilia put. Je suis désolée d'avoir mangé ton petit déjeuner. Just reuse that same structure. What comes there? Okay, Suzanne just put it. Suzanne put it. So I'm going to put it. Merci d'avoir fait la vaisselle. Okay, Anthony, you can't have fait with an S. It has to be a T. And also, is vaisselle, two S's. And Rose Gray, je te remercie d'avoir fait la vaisselle. Très bien. Je te remercie d'avoir fait la vaisselle. Okay, merci or je te remercie is the same thing. Okay? All right. So don't use the pour. Each time you use the pour, thank you for. I'm sorry for. Thank de. Okay. It is due tomorrow, and that is our last thing. It is due tomorrow. How would you say that? It is due tomorrow. Very basic. Basic is due tomorrow.
I want to use, but they say due. Demand. Say do demand.
Okay, that is different because you don't have a verb here. When I was telling you to use the de, it's because you had a verb. But there's no verb, so. Okay, it's already here. Suzanne put it, c'est pour demain, c'est pour demain, c'est pour demain. Anthony, not à demain. À demain means see you tomorrow, remember? C'est pour demain. Okay? C'est pour demain. So the pour will go there because it's not an action after. Do you understand, Kenardo?
Oui, madame.
So guys, that's all I have for you. I thank Kenardo. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. I'm sure you must be tired because even in your school, you don't do French for over 1 hour like that, do you?
No, madam.
So you've done very well.
Merci beaucoup. Madam.
Okay, so if you have any questions before we end the live, please ask your questions. Next Sunday is going to be on letter writing. So anybody who is interested in being live with me, please contact me, drop me a line, and it's the email is French Action 1 with number 1 at gmail.com. Okay, so you can send me something, or if you want to do it in the comment, but I think it's better to send me an email. It's more private. Okay, and then you can be there, but you have to have a Gmail address. It doesn't work if you have a Yahoo or something else like that. It has to be a Gmail address. Okay. Bien. So, Kenardo, can I ask you, what exactly do you think you've learned today?
Okay. Okay. So I have learned much, right? Processing much with the passé composé, right? I forgot that much, right? It said much about me, thinking about what to write, right? It should come natural in a sense, and I shouldn't overthink what I'm going to put on the question,
I think it's
right?
because you're translating too much word for word.
Me,
Yeah.
madam. Me,
Mm-hmm.
madam.
Yes, I
So
think.
I found
Okay.
the issue, right?
Sorry,
And
the only
it's
issue.
right. So I found it, right? So it's good to improve that much. So that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, madam.
Okay, that's good. Now, what I would like to tell you, you and whoever is there, is that on French Actions there's videos which you can use on the past tense. Okay, so the past tense is there, so it's just a matter of okay of going through the videos, because each video has a little exercise on it. So if I share my screen now, I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to share the, yes, French Action. I know there's a lot on it. There's over 100 videos. It looks like a lot. Uh, For example, for the passé composé, Kenardo, you can see that there's one with the past tense with avoir here, and one with the past tense with être. And then here you have your French challenge with so that is number 3. So there was a number 2 with the passé composé with avoir. Then you had the passé composé with être. And then this one is passé composé with avoir and être. So this is an exercise, okay, which you do. So go through all this, because these exercises are there, and they're very helpful. Now, if you have problems with the imperfect, you have videos there as well. But I think that the best way for you to know uh, how to get access to the videos is really to go through the playlist. I don't know if you use the playlist, but the playlist uh, helps you, because I put everything in under one particular thing. So, for example, here we have CSEC paper 2 French writing, CSEC French paper 1, and then there's something as well which I put for the tenses, grammar. Okay. If, for example, you have problems with listening, CSEC listening paper 1, everything is there. So the best thing for you would be really to look at the playlist, because when you go onto the video, it's not the video, I mean the channel. There's so much that you don't know what to watch, and that is that is the problem. So don't forget the playlist, and if you have any questions, you can always ask, and you can ask next week. Um, But we don't have much time, you know. We only have 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oui,
So
madam.
we have to work, 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 work. Okay? All right? So, Kenardo, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. It was very
Yeah.
kind of you of being there. Okay? Because I know not many people want to be in your seat.
Oui,
Yes.
madam.
So, all the best. Practice, practice, practice. D'accord?
D'accord. D'accord.
Okay. And I'm just going to say thank you for watching. Merci beaucoup to everybody, everyone who was there. And thank you for supporting us and supporting Kenardo. I know it's been a bit. Merci, Jean. Merci beaucoup. I hope you've learned something. Lilia says, thank you for today. Much appreciated. À la semaine prochaine. Okay, I hope to see you all next week, next Sunday. Okay, au revoir. Au revoir,
Au revoir.
Leonardo. Au revoir.
Au revoir.